What's up, y'all? Dual666 here. It's January 2025, and I'm late as usual, but I have a sick update for you guys. Month's not quite out yet. You guys know how I roll. The day's not over till the sun comes up. So I've got an all 1910s through 1940s horror edition here for you guys today. Pretty sick little stack. One Blu-ray there. I know you guys think that probably don't have any Blu-rays in that, but there's one. It's going to be a really cool one. Let's get this going, guys. Soundtrack for today is my homies in Deathspell. This is my drummer from Brain Eater's other band. They're like blackened bestial metal punk. They're fucking sick. Deathspell from I believe they're based out of Riverside, California. So yeah. Cheers, everybody. Got ourselves a Pacifico here. Cheers. Somewhere. Not gonna be in the way. Okay, all you stoners too. Cool. Let's get into it, y'all. I'm gonna close this door real quick, just in case anybody wants to come home and fuck with the ambience. Oh wow, that moved everything. Oh. There we go. Okay, guys, we're gonna get into this now. This is a silent film. We're going to start with a lot of silent films here, guys. 1910s through 1920s first. This was thought to be lost for a long time, and then it actually turns out that a copy, I don't know where exactly it emerged out of from. I'm going to turn this down as well real quick. But this is indeed from 1913, The Student of Prague. And I promise everything will be more streamlined from here forward. Sorry, guys, I'm a little out of it. It's a really, really late night for me. But yeah, this is a really, really sick movie. It's only like 45 minutes long, so you really got to pay attention. There's a lot of effects that you could miss in the blink of an eye if you're not watching for them. Storyline's really cool, but like I said, it is very condensed because it's 45 minutes long. This is about as long as they came in their day. So yeah, not a whole lot to say. There's some really cool themes here. The effects are not super moving, I would say, in terms of like what we normally watch on this channel. But if you were alive in this time, and maybe perhaps if you weren't, but if you're capable of subjecting yourself to... Come on, dude. Alright, get out. Leave. Alright, now my cat wants to sabotage my video. If you are able to like put yourself in this time and say to yourself, "Oh my God, this is incredible fantasy. Like I can suspend belief. You know, this is a lot of fun for sure." But I realize that silent films are not super engaging, as far as a lot of people are concerned. So yeah, it is. If you're not really into that sort of thing, I would steer clear. But now, all you silent film people out there, like, if you don't know about this, you really should check it out. This is an old alpha video release from oldies.com. I don't know if there's another release of it, but this is well enough. It does okay. Okay. Next up from Trash Palace, we have 7 Footprints to Satan from 1929. And it is indeed a horror movie. There's a lot of, like, really cool characters, scary characters in this. The effects are definitely, like, less compelling for sure. But it's the 20s. It's silent film, and it's not super well known. It's kind of budgety silent film as well. But I really enjoy some of the makeup, and the performances are fantastic. You know, as far as silent films go, you know, it's really hard for me to like take away from the performers, because they really were just beautiful at this time. Like, they had so much form going with them, and I really can't take away from that. I feel like I'm ignorant to it still. It's not my place to judge the performances in these films, only to behold them and just give them praise, really, because silent film, as you know, it is an acquired taste, but there are some really like lackluster ones, and then there's stuff like this where it's still pretty engaging despite the fact that the budget is obviously showing. And there's not really a soundtrack for this as well. I'm not sure if that's how, yeah, it actually says right here on the back, no audio. This is my Trash Palace DVD. And yeah, it says there's no audio. So I took it upon myself to play some classical music on vinyl while this was playing, just to have something going on. So yeah, lots of fun though. If you're into silent films, definitely check that out. And I don't know anywhere else to get it but trashpalace.com. So go hit up my boy Brian. He will set you up. Go look at his website. He has tons of cool shit on there. So yeah, go check out trashpalace.com. I think that's the only one of his that I have in this update. Okay, we have something really old here. It's like a 2005 PC DVD, and it's a full cardboard case, guys. My buddy Brian, not my buddy, my drummer in Green Terror, Brian, he got this big stack of movies in a box, and we were all going through them and stuff, and I fucking found this one and immediately claimed it. Like, look at this, dude. It's literally a cardboard box. The bottom comes open, and look, there's no case or anything. The disc is just chilling in there. Yeah, this is The Lost World from I believe 21, but I'm not super sure. Yeah, but it's from the 20s though for sure. There's also the giant Yellow Monster from 1959 on this DVD as well, but we're just specifically talking about the silent film, The Lost World, and this has got a lot of groundbreaking effects for the time, guys. The dinosaurs in this, while not realistic by today's standards, this is an extremely old movie. This is over 100 years old at this point, as I recall. And yeah, the models that they were able to animate for this are absolutely unreal. This is the precursor to all dinosaur films, including Jurassic Park. Like, this is just so incredible, and it's well acted and well performed, in my opinion, too, as far as silent films go. I can't say much, to the score. The score is what it is. A lot of silent films are like that. I never really particularly enjoyed scores from the silent film era, unless they were scored after and it's a little more moody. But still great film. And if you're into sci-fi and old school films in general, you really should check this out. This is the original Lost World from the 1920s. I'm probably going to slice up this cardboard case at some point and put it in a DVD case. Use the spine and everything, because I just don't want it to get all beat up inside this cardboard case. So yeah, I'm probably going to put it in an actual case. I had some here, but they're gone. I'll find some more. Okay, gonna wet my whistle, guys. Okay, these next two are the same film. I just have 2 editions of it that I've had for a while. Been watching this for quite a bit as of late. This is the 1920s version of the Phantom of the Opera with the Lon Chaney Sr. Super sick film. I've talked about this before. I have it in multi-packs. I have it in other editions besides this. Just wanted to point out that I have 2 new editions that I did not have before. One of them is indeed the Alpha Video version from oldies.com. I love Alpha Video. Super sick artwork on this. And then this is a Digiview Productions 2004 DVD that is also like a digipack sort of. It's a very thin copy, but super sick artwork on that too. Honestly, I really enjoy that as well. You guys know I really enjoy this classic film. I'm a huge Lon Chaney Sr. fan. So yeah, just super cool to find really cheap copies of this excellent legendary film. These went for about $1, I would imagine, each. So yeah, I just, find them out there pawning and stuff. Great film though. If you haven't seen the original Phantom of the Opera, do yourself a favor and just go check it out. Same with this next one. I have multiple copies, and I found these over the last couple years, and I've just been waiting to do this update with all these older films, so I finally have a chance to show them, and they all have different artwork. This is made in the USA. I don't know what company made this. There's no company on it, but it is indeed the 1920s version of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is the same. This is a Front Row Entertainment DVD from 2003 version of the same film. Pretty cool artwork, a little more akin to what's actually seen in the film. Pretty cool. Very, very ancient DVD. And then, of course, I found the alpha video as well, which has the sickest artwork, I think, of all of them. I think this is the only 3 singular versions of this. I have it in multi-packs, obviously, super classic film. But, yeah, this is also starring Lon Chaney Sr., and you guys have heard me talk about this many, many times. Not going to say too much about it. It's a great film. Just wanted to show the artworks for these super cool editions that I got. Once again, going for like $1 each. Okay, we're going to get into the 30s, guys. This is some Todd Browning stuff. And who directed it? Oh, it's actually directed by Todd Browning, too. Oh, no, I'm thinking of... no, I'm thinking of somebody else. But no, this is a Todd Browning film. He directed Dracula from 1931. And I'd heard about this film for years and years and years. I don't know if anybody else watched 100 Scariest Movie Moments. Maybe it was the 30 Scariest or 30 Scarier Movie Moments. But it's one of those lists that I first came across the movie Freaks. And this movie employs real circus freaks from back in the 1930s, as they were, known. But they're obviously just disabled folks that have these incredible conditions that they lived with and thrived with and worked with, and ultimately learned to make money with. And this movie is just super, super, compelling in my opinion. The story is a little confounded, but you just love the characters so much that you really, you put yourself in and you're with the freaks the whole time. Is it horrifying? Certainly. But it's definitely one of those movies where you're rooting for, the killers at the end. And, yeah, I had so much fun with this. I've talked about this for a long time. I've never gotten a copy until now. So yeah, definitely go fuck with Todd Browning's Freaks. Super classic film. Okay, we've got a precursor to Reefer Madness here. And this came out in 1936. It's only about an hour long. It's basically Reefer Madness, but a little more ridiculous. A little more, what's the word I'm looking for? You just it's really, really wacky. The performances are even more wacky and just super overpronounced, I guess. There's a word I'm looking for, but I can't seem to get it right now. Like I said, I'm real tired, guys. It's real late right now. But this is Marijuana from 1936. This is also an alpha video release. Super fucking cool artwork all over it. Not necessarily a horror film, but meant to be a scary film, a propaganda film back in the day to scare people away from smoking marijuana. As you can see, it's not done very well on my channel. But super, super cool to check this sort of stuff out. I'm a big fan of Reefer Madness, and I actually liked this a little better. So, hoping I can find a shirt with this design eventually one day. Definitely check that out if you like exploitation stuff. Okay, next up from the 1930s, we have 1933's The Mystery of the Wax Museum. This is like an old Warner Brothers DVD. This came out in... Yeah, they printed this in 2005. Very ancient DVD. Artwork's okay. I kind of flipped the case over because it's a little fucked up on the other side, so wanted to show the artwork off a little bit. I think it's pretty cool. Actually, this is before the Vincent Price movie. This is not with Vincent Price. Same exact premise. Almost a shot-for-shot same movie. Really, really enjoyed it. The performances here are fantastic. It's early talkie. So if you're interested in those types of classical talkie performances, this is definitely one for you. Yeah, just it doesn't get much more classic than this as far as horror film themes go. This has been remade so many times, and this is the original from 1933. I do believe that there wasn't a silent version of this, but maybe I'm wrong. I'll have to do some research. But no, I believe this is obviously the first talkie version, so yeah, definitely check that out if you're really into the House of Wax sort of stuff, because this is a very, very early precursor to all of that. Gonna wet my whistle again, guys. Okay, we've got some fun stuff with Bela Lugosi coming up here, guys. This is a serial that came out in the 30s. I believe this came out in 34. There's 6 chapters. And it's about an hour. No, it's over an hour and a half long. It's about the length of a movie. And then there's a volume 2 that I don't have my hands on yet. But this is this is basically just like a serial. It's not super horror. There's a lot of crime drama stuff going on. There's a lot of mystery whodunit stuff going on. For that reason, I can't super recommend it to the horror audience. But if you love Bella, you're gonna have a good time. And I'll let you know if I ever find the second version of, or second volume of that. I don't know who's playing next, so I'm gonna turn it down because I only intend to play Death Spell here. I don't want to get the video flagged. Okay, we got some more Bella here. We have White Zombie and Devil Bat. I've talked about White Zombie a million times. I love this film. Classic Bela Lugosi. Perhaps my favorite Bela Lugosi film. Just on this little Diamond Entertainment DVD from the late 90s. This came out, 2002. My dad had all sorts of these Diamond releases throughout the house when I was a kid. And I've always loved their color scheme, even though it's really old school. And I've always loved the way they combine artworks and stuff for the films. So, yeah, I would really just like to say that White Zombie is a great film. The Devil Bat is definitely one of his worst, but I actually really enjoy it. It kind of works. It's very, very cheesy, super, super stupid in comparison to even some of his best. But still, I really enjoyed it. These next two from Bella are also from the 30s. And one's from... hold on. We're going to get into the 40s here pretty soon. One of them is from the 30s. The Human Monster from 1939 is definitely like one of the worst Bella films I've seen. It doesn't have a lot of payoff. Like, his performance is fine. The premise is fine. There's just not like a whole lot of payoff. The execution of the film is just kind of lacking. And then we go to the Ape Man from 1943, and it's a little condensed actually in comparison to the Human Monster, and kind of takes those themes and makes them a bit better. So I would definitely say, like, this is another Diamond Entertainment double feature. That if you wanted to look for this, it would definitely be for the Ape Man. But if you already have the Ape Man, unless you're a die-hard Bella fan, the Human Monster, I'd say you could pass up on. Okay, guys, we've got a few DVDs left. This is the 30s and the 40s versions of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The first from the 30s, 1932, and that is with Frederick March, who plays Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And I really, really, really enjoyed this version. The 30s version is super, super well performed. I think it's just way better executed. When you get to the 40s version, I feel like it's just not quite as good. The makeup effects aren't as compelling. The performances aren't quite as compelling. Certainly a great classic film still. And, like, it's hard. It definitely, like, goes with the time. Like, it definitely feels like more like a 40s film. But, I love 40s horror. Like, one of my favorite horror movies of all time is The Wolfman from the 40s. But this is just not quite as compelling. I feel like the 30s version is oozing the Universal Classic Monsters vibes much more than this 40s remake. So, really cool way to have them both. This is a Warner Brothers snapper case that came out in the early 2000s, I'm sure. There's some cool artwork in here. And it's a double-sided DVD with both films on either side. Yeah, this is really, really cool. 1932 version and 1941 version. Both of them are PG, is what it says, I believe. And this DVD was printed in 2004. Classic snapper case stuff. So, happy to have it. Next up, we have one more DVD, guys. It's an Alpha Video DVD. It's Murder by Invitation. This is your classic spook house, whodunit mystery, sort of proto-slasher haunted house movie. This is it's hitting all the buttons. But I must say that coming out of the 30s, when the Depression was making movies a little dry, this still kind of reeks of that. I feel like it didn't hit quite the mark to really make it a classic haunted house or proto-slasher whodunit sort of deal. Like, yeah, all those elements are present. It's just a little dry. There's not enough on screen. There's not enough payoff in this for me to really go out of my way to recommend it. If you're into that sort of stuff, whodunit, like, nobody films, man. Like, and I'm not saying that Wallace Ford is a nobody, but this is definitely on the lacking side as far as his career is concerned. And, yeah, I don't know. Unless you're a diehard for proto-slashery, haunted house sort of deals that end up not being haunted houses. A common trope for some of them. Back in the day, a lot of them were just crime dramas, murder mystery sort of deals. This is definitely that. If you're really into that, check it out. If that's not your bag, definitely steer clear. But once again, another Alpha video. This is just over an hour long, so I suppose if you're just curious, it's not that long. But yeah, tread lightly if that's not your deal. Okay, guys, we have one more here. Who put this out? This is from Classic Flicks. This is a Blu-ray company. This is only about 79 minutes long. It's from 1942, and it's like it's kind of a haunted house film, but it's also kind of like a crime drama still. Like, it's very, very similar to Murder by Invitation, but it kind of just works a lot better. Like, I'm not going to say that it copies the plot points. It's actually a very different movie plot-wise, but still the same sort of premise, just way better executed. And this Classic Flicks Blu-ray looks incredible. There's some pretty cool special features on here, I do believe. And yeah, it looks great. Studio Canal and Classic Flicks put this out. Yeah, I think this came out in 2023. This is a relatively new Blu-ray. Like I said, looks great. Super, super classic feeling film. Just got that cool haunted house, scary vibe going on, but not without the whodunit, murder mystery sort of, human element that kind of dials it back to where you're not super scared. It's just like, what's going on, It's kind of just more of a whodunit. But the haunted house vibes are present, and I think they're a lot more well executed than in Murder by Invitation. So definitely check that out if you're into that classic sort of horror vibe. Super, super fun. The Night Has Eyes by Leslie Arliss, 1942. And that is going to wrap it up, guys. I've been real busy again. I told you guys I was just going to keep getting busier. I seem to have somewhat joined a fifth band for the time being, just live, learning their music. Everything's keeping me super, super busy, but I had to squeeze the update in. I know it's a little late, but hey, the sun's not up yet. Fucking bitch about it. I don't care. Anyways, you got it now. I've got another 1950s update coming for you next month, and if I can fit a VHS update in as well, I'm going to do my very best to do that. No promises, guys, but I will see you with more live footage from bands that I'm playing with or going to see, and I will hit you with another update next month. So hope everyone's well. Hope you continue to be well. Treat your loved ones well. Show everyone that you love them, and yeah, go watch some horror films because it's early in the film and it's time to cram as many into the year as possible. Shout out to my boy Dan the Sandman. We're going to Creep IE in a few days. Love you, brother. I'll see you soon. And yeah. Much love, everybody. Duel 666 out.